Using a Sigma lens after using something like a Zeiss or a Leica is much like going to a kindergarten opera after like visiting a castle and having a queen serenade you after dinner. It's like, it's a step down. But that's not to say I don't love what you're doing, Sigmy boy. You done some stuff, and I'm on your side. But like, when we're talking about what I love in a lens, you don't tick every box, and that's one box I don't love. That didn't make any.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So today we talk about why I don't love Sigma lenses while reviewing the most legendary of Sigma lenses, the 18-35 1.8, on the Canon R8. We're going to switch. So we're on the Canon R8 in C-Log 3 with BT 2020 color science, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this camera. It's starting to frustrate me. I can't get the colors to look right. I don't understand. It's supposed to be Canon out of the box. I don't know what I'm doing. So this lens is of legend status, although I'm second guessing that because I just compared it to the Leica 25mm, same camera, almost the same specs, and the Leica destroyed it utterly. It was so much sharper. It was Leica pop, and it was just like, that's the better lens. I mean, micro four thirds lenses are easier to make, in my opinion. So right now, 24mm 1.4, decent lens that I've been using for a long time. I'm in love. Let us switch to the Sigma and then go through my list. Oh man, I can feel the disappointment in my bloodstream. So I bet it looks just fine. If I'm being honest with you, I'm a lens snob for all the wrong reasons. I never actually use the gear to its full potential. I was watching a video the other day and this guy was like, you know why I didn't buy a new camera this year? Because I spent all my money on like set design and stuff to make his like movie look better, and costumes and makeup artists and professionals, and he didn't need a camera. Like, he actually made the shot look nice. Would have been good on a GoPro 6. So I realize my biggest complaint about all cameras is the way my living room looks, and I hate it so much. We got an apartment door that's just like great, and all this stuff is not aligned right. That's what we need to change. So that I blame Sigma for most of this. So we're on the 18-35. Canon rudely kicked me into aps-c mode. So now, what the hell's your problem? I can't even do full frame. Sounds like a hammer. Yeah. I would have liked to see some people say, if you zoom in, the vignette goes away. I wanted to try it. It's okay. You're right. It would have looked stupid, and that's why you removed the mode. You're responsible. I trust you. Are there any autofocusing lenses from third-party manufacturers? We love third-party manufacturers. They will make lenses for us. If they can get through the legal system, we will applaud them. Canon color science is real. User error today. It's him. It's me. What? Did I say words? Okay, so we got a list of what I look for in a lens, and we all know, let's just get the number one off the list immediately because you knew I was going to say it. I like a little 3D pop in my lenses. Sigma is not known for 3D pop. I see their Flickr photos. Whenever they have a lens, I look up Flickr and I'm like, that's a flat image. Some lenses can see depth, and that's all there is to it. Here's an example. I took a couple photos versus a Sigma 18-35. I tried to zoom in at some point. Similar compression, more megapixels on the Canon. Wow, look at that. Are you seeing which one has 3D pop? This may be a terrible example. I don't know why that would work. A bunch of lens caps, but whatever. There's one is popping and you see depth and you could swim into those caps. It's more evident if you look at like a forest and then you see a tree line, and if you zoom in on it, a flat lens will show you flat trees and you can't tell which ones are further away, and there's no interdimensionality. So the number one thing I look for is 3D pop. Does it really matter for YouTube videos in your living room? Likely not, unless you're backing up. in this situation, it'd be nice to have a little pop. You move far back, your pop disappears, doesn't it? Not so much pop back here, is there? So I just like the pop, okay? Sue me. The next quality we all look for in a lens is normal people look for this too. Sharpness, but not clinically sharp or harsh looking. So there's some lenses are just soft, and that's bad. It's not like I like that. Oh, it makes my skin softer. That's nice, but I'd rather be sharp. Show that I have at least 7 gray beards. Hairs. Beards, hairs. So a good lens should be sharp, and Sigma glass is that. But it's oversized for the sharpness, from what I've heard. Sigma, like, we project a lens circle, and Sigma loves corner sharpness. So instead of the lens being small and projecting the circle just outside here, they shoot for the stars, and it's this wide thing. So like even the 3/4 of your lens is stretched out here. So like everything is sharp in the corners because your lens is projecting like 1.5 times the size. So Sigma lenses are known to be heavier for what they are. Let's see how it performs vlogging. We're at 18mm digital stab on. Not bad. So like I've made videos in the past, Sony a6400 with the Sigma 16mm 1.4. It was better than what I was using at the time, but once I moved into Leica glass and Zeiss, it was over for me. I couldn't move back. So some lenses are just, if I'm being honest with you, the Zeiss 55mm 1.8, that's like really sharp. Like almost bordering on clinically sharp. But the pop makes up for it. So I dismiss its faults, like biasly, admittedly. I'm biased towards Zeiss, so I can't even see its major glaring flaws, like focus breathing and minimum focus distance, not that great. There is nothing to finish that sentence. I like Zeiss, and I don't care what they do wrong. The third thing I look for, a natural color and contrast. This is heavy. I was surprised when I reviewed, I think it was a Laowa lens, and all of a sudden my picture turned green, and I was like, the lens can do that? Lenses can change the color. So like we're all saying, oh, color science in your camera, Canon's the best. What lenses on that thing can completely alter it? Some have a magenta shift, others a green tinge, and nothing is accurate. Some are warm, some are cooler. It's so odd. So like, it'd be nice. Most Zeiss and Leica glass are known to have a nice pleasing warm touch, whereas others, Sigma is more like a cold as ice, dead hands. If you're filming a funeral and you got a morgue patient in there and you're like, you want to accurately represent your dead flabby grandmother whose toes you're gonna cut off and make a necklace out of, or whatever you do, Sigma's your choice for the morgue shot. Let's switch to a Zeiss. Let's just see the difference. I'm at 50 roughly. Let's see it. Now we're on a Zeiss lens. We got some dignity in our life. It probably looks worse. I'm hoping it looks better, but I'm easily debunked. So like sometimes I complain about something and then I try it. Like right now, I'm complaining the whole video. I haven't even seen one shot on the Sigma. I might love it and think, wow, that Sigma sharpness is actually what I prefer over 3D pop is stupid. I doubt it. Zeiss magic. So we're on the 50mm planar. This thing was 200 Canadian dingers. It's got a huge gash in the front element. Who cares? Doesn't even matter. It's like 3 elements in the thing. The next thing I look for in a lens is to be lightweight. This is where Sigma utterly fails in most of their lenses, like their art series, especially the DSLR days. Those things were huge, heavy glass. There's so many, like the 20mm 1.4. What the hell is that thing, man? The Sony 1.8 is so much lighter. It's for a little bit, little 3/4 or half a stop. It's not much. It's enough. You'll notice it. But is it worth it? I doubt it. Sony doesn't have 3D pop anyway, so you might as well get the Sigma. But like the lightweight, that makes a lens fun. This lens is super light. Most of my lenses are. Do I have any heavy shit heads? My 85mm 1.2 is actually When I took that off my camera to put the Sigma on, I was like, oh, that's not so heavy. I thought this thing was heavy. Compared to the 85, it's light as a kitten. This is a Voigtlander 20mm 3.5. Huge amounts of 3D pop and character. If you were landscaping your way through life, those photos would blow you away. Little Zeiss 35mm 2.8, full frame. They're both full frame. So tiny, but it has the pop. It has the micro contrast glow. Whereas the Sigma, we were just on. Sure, you can zoom and you cover every focal length ever made. It's an internal zoom. I like that. It's a nice lens. Not bad. It's a legendary lens. I see why people want it. Covers so much, an 18-35, and it's a 1.8. The next thing, the most important fact of any lens is the budget. I love hunting for used lenses especially, so like a nice cheap lens is amazing. That Nikon 40mm Tony 2 was 300 Canadian. I've seen it for $295 on Amazon, used. But still, that's very cheap. For what it is, it's on par with the Zeiss 55mm 1.8. It's right there, neck and neck. In fact, it might be better because I've been using it on the Z30, which is crap. I haven't even seen it in its full frame glory. Can you imagine a ZF with the 40mm Tony 2 versus the Zeiss? Nobody would even look at the Zeiss anymore. So like, cheap lenses are fun. I love. When this one was $200, I ran on my scooter immediately to buy it. Sigma glass is cheaper than the competition, but not as cheap as fun vintage lenses you'll find. Decently priced, you're ticking somewhat of a box. If you're comparing it to native lenses, usually it's like half the price. But when it comes to like telephoto stuff, the Stabe don't sync with the IBIS. A lot of things go wrong in a Sigma system. Now, against my better judgment, I have just switched to the Blackmagic OG with the Sigma 18-35. Haven't tried that before. We're at 35. I think we're at 1.8. I can't control the Tonys on the camera for some reason because of this stupid adapter. No electronic contacts. The cinema could be ours. The next thing I look for, no major flaws, please. Some lenses just have like a ghosting effect, some weird flare that's like always in the shot and you can't get rid of it. Some lenses really suck. Some are just like stupid, like they have a bulbous element. You can't put filters on it. It's like, that's a design flaw. Some just have like stupid things, tiny aperture ring that you can barely move. The Nikon kit lens, super annoying to collapse. If you have a filter on it, you can barely even grab it. It's too thin. Just how about no major flaws? And Sigma's pretty good at that. They don't usually have major flaws. Sometimes focus breathing, sometimes not. I usually jest Sigma just for the fun of it. It's kind of fun. They're heavy and like crazy and you got no 3D pop, but you're sharp, you're good enough, you're better than most lenses. You should be proud if you own a bunch of primes. You got your 16 and 33 and 56 and you're in aps-c and you're like, wow, this is so cool. Because Sony didn't give you those primes and Sigma has come in where other manufacturers are being slow and they're like, you want some fast primes? Boom. And they autofocus good, like they're a good company. I'm throwing dirt on you for no reason. I'm an ass and I see it. But Sigma lenses, hot damn, not bad. And now we're at 18. That's quite the versatility. In a zoom and a 1.8 zoom, like leading the industry. Not bad, Sigma. You're good. It's just like, would I ever buy one? I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see their simple low element count 3D pop series. When's that coming? You could do it. They're like less hard to make than your super complicated ones. Grow up. I wish you well, Sigma. You've done some good things, and I'm sorry for being so rude to you, but that's the way I am. I can't change it. I did change it. Midway through this video, you saw it. So what'd you think? Good lens? Not bad. Was it better on the Canon or this? Or did the Zeiss win? Wow. I'll leave. Are you subscribing for more videos, Sandy?